Well, welcome back to another episode of my Ultimate Iron Man. I'm going to be scrambling to get out of here because, as you can see, I just got the Ancient Icon, which is the main part, my primary goal for doing this boss right now. The upgrade to the Magic Staff. I'm curious, is this tradable? No, it's not. So that's actually pretty cool. It's an untradeable upgrade to the ancient staff. Maybe the staff itself will be tradable once you get it, but yeah, we will certainly go look at that. Probably sooner than later, because we're gonna want to have to probably put that on our thing. Because right now it's just kind of a permanent inventory slot, assuming it is, untradeable. But yeah, I've been enjoying this boss. If you notice here, I was able to actually get a personal best of 234. It was actually my first kill after I ended the last episode. My first kill of this session. So it's been going all right. Although there've been equal number of frustrating kills too. It's still, this method is very inconsistent. If you tried for yourself, it's it definitely could be better. My stats could be better, or maybe I could just have rigor. I think that would help. And then hitting specs is always better. But I'm at what is it, 32? Yeah, 32 kills now. So I'll probably stick it out and still get to 50, just so I can get on the high scores. I'm curious to see how many Ultimate Iron Man have shot it out to 50 for such a new boss. So I only really care about the couple high scores that I care about, and it's other than that, it's more of just like it's kind of interesting to see who's active, what's going on, what content UIMs do. So yeah, that's the plan for now, and then after that, who knows what's gonna happen this episode? Maybe some Zora. Well, we'll see. I don't know if I might just want to ride this bossing wave out. Well, I decided I'd be really nice to you guys and go ahead and rebag and show you what happens, how you combine this staff. Definitely didn't die. Don't worry, I definitely didn't die, guys. I was doing this for you. But if we go over here and talk to Elvis, can I use this on you, dude? I found this, I love how you call it a weird icon. And then, is there going to be a lot of dialogue for this? Sounds pretty neat. Would you like me to combine? Yes, please. Okay. There we go. So now we have the Ancient Scepter. Let's head outside the house to use that. Unfortunately, this is also untradeable. So it will have to be a permanent bag slot, or something we decide to risk at some points or whatnot. Or not even bag, like inventory spot, not even bag spot. It's not something I foresee us having on our account forever. I don't think it's better than the Master Wand. Because you can, I don't think you can store the Master Wand, but I'm pretty sure the Master Wand is tradable. But damage-wise, it's nice because it can still give you negative prayer for the Master's Clue, which isn't, you shouldn't keep it just for that. But a really big thing you will see is that it gives us 5% magic damage, and of course, as we saw when we were trying to use magic on this boss missionally, magic damage is kind of huge. That's like what you want for magic. So I mentioned I probably wanted to try and get into more barraging and stuff for Slayer, among other things. So I think, at least for the next couple months, this will be getting certainly some use on our account. I mean, we're only 94 magic, so we still have quite a few more XP to get before we go to 99. So I'm excited to start using this. It almost makes me want to try and use magic at Phantom Muspaaaah again, but I think I will just stick it out with range because I'm comfortable with that, and I'm pretty close to 50 KC. And I was wrong, actually, guys. The Ancient Scepter is better than the Master Wand in some ways, because Master Wand, I thought Master Wand had 10% damage. It has no magic damage. So as far as magic damage goes, this is better. I think the Kodai is when you start. I think that has 10% magic damage. I don't know why I'm even saying I think right now. I'll just go and check. I still have the wiki page open right now. Kodai has plus 15% damage. Sheesh. And it's tradable, so that's definitely like the end all be all for magic for UIMs right now. But I think this is pretty decent for, early late game, if that's not too contradictory. I think we're about there. We're either end mid or early late. I don't know, that's what I would say. Just a quick little replacement ancient icon, just in case I needed it. I don't get, I like sharks, like the supply drop must be, if you roll a supply drop, you must then also roll like 4 drops on top of that. Like I really just, I don't get how it calculates that, but I won't complain. Nice. That's Ancient Icon number 3. If any of you were wondering whether or not it was actually a very common or rare drop, this should be your answer. It's also a dead drop, unfortunately, if you already have one, because can't be alked or anything. So don't get too excited when you see that. Even though it has a 60k high alk value, that is not accurate to reality because it is unalchemizable. I understand that's supposed to be like an upgrade, but you know, at the very least, let me dismantle it for like a couple hundred essence, I would think, just so it can have like some GE value. But it's, you know, not the end of the world. Oh, there's a lot of background noise when I got the clue, so I didn't want to open it right away, and I started a farming run, but you can see I need the inventory space. Elite casket from Mr. Phantom Muspaaaah for just straight trash. I got an elite clue, or a medium clue when I was doing planning that U suit I got from the elite, and I had one over here at User, and I just noticed there's like this little area over here now. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think this was in the game before, was it? This person got like what? That's like a Ceradoman staff? What the heck is like that? Okay, that person won. That other person looks really cool. It's like a freaking Dark Souls character. But yeah, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is not. What is it, like an upgraded anti-dragon shield? This is pretty cool. Ranger boots, please. Oh, I saw the green and I legit got excited for a second. Honestly, 10k and some alks, that could be worse. And this is big number kill 50. Ooh, Celestor seeds. Actually, Celestors are kind of hard to do. I'll have to keep those on my account for a second. But an elite clue is always fun to try and do. Never mind, that one has a wilderness step for the first one. Am I leaving behind anything here? I'll grab the summer pies just in case. But that is where I'm going to wrap up Phantom Muspaaaah for now. Very fun boss, said a lot. I really enjoyed it. I don't think if I was like going for a pet or something, or the bow, this gear would not. What are these guys? Look at the freaking just spoon and a fork. Okay, that's pretty funny. That fashionscape there. I'm going to use this to my advantage for a nice backdrop. But if you were gonna, with my stats, this gear, my stats, if you're similar, I would say super simple for, you know, grinding out if you just want the Ancient Scepter like I did. Heck, I ended up getting 3 of them in my 50 KC. But if you're going to go more than that, if you need like to farm Ancient Essence or you just want to make money, I would advise looking into like Magic or something like that. Oh my god, are they here like freaking what they're like some guy farming, they're using like heal or do something. Oh, that's a pro strat, I guess, if you're trying to do something. Maybe they're going for like a world record time or something. Maybe that could be like, you know, spec transfer or something that you keep going in and trying to get your specs or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to hop to see where we are on the high scores. If I had to guess, I would say probably somewhere in the realm of like, ooh, I'm going to say less than 200. It's been like, what, 2 weeks, I think? A week and a half since this came out? 2 weeks probably sounds better. There could be more, though. I mean, well, I don't know. We'll see. I'm trying to think in compared to something like Grotesque Guardians, but there's probably more people that do this than Grotesque Guardians. Let's see. No, rank 51. Okay, well, I have to do one more kill so I can see if I can get on to like the next page in one. How many people do we think stopped at 50? Haven't heard this in a while, just frantically clicking to sell all of my Ancient Essence. Unfortunately, even at this general store that I think usually buys them for, at least at the start, their normal high alk value, it does go down to just 2 coins each, which still I had 35,000, so that's going to be 60, 70k I'm going to get just from these. So, yeah, the only use, I think I mentioned, the only use they have is, I think they're in charges for the bow, which I'm never going to have or use, I don't think it's worth it. Or it's to make the upgrade to the Imbued Heart, which we don't even have an Imbued Heart, and even if you had that, you needed 150,000, and I got 35,000 and like 50 KC. So I say maybe we can call it 40 because I think I did a little bit before I came back for like a second grind. You're still looking at like what, 150 KC at least, probably, just for the Imbued Heart. If you do get one Venonator like bow drop or the shard drop, that does you can break it down for 500 or 50,000 essence. But even then, I think that's like a 1 in 400 drop, or it's pretty rare, I think. Maybe not that rare, but it's, you know, pretty rare. So it could be a grind if you were going for any UIMs going for, or anyone, any Iron Man going for the Imbued Heart upgrade. But not the worst, certainly. And also, I did notice you would get Ancient Brew drops every now and again, which would just, they would just like brews, but they boost magic instead of like, you know, defense. So I never, there's no reason to drink that because you never use magic defense in that fight. But I did notice if you were like me keeping a stack of Ancient Essence on you at all times, you could have picked those up and then combined them, or the essence with that to make like a superior Ancient Brew or something. Although I think you do need a certain level of herb lore. Let me check that, because I just thought I had really great advice, and I was like, actually, you might not be able to. Okay, so if you have 91 herb, you can use that. That's probably not super, probably not as applicable as I thought it would be. But hey, any of you, later game UIMs or UIMs that have, decided to train your herb lore, could be a little, just a little bit of herb lore XP adds up, It's anything is better than actually training herb lore. I'll go ahead and throw up the full loot on screen right now. But we made almost 1.2 mil in total profit from the Phantom Muspaah. Quite a few seeds. Renars and snaps, I think, well, I had a little bit of Renars, maybe like 18, but the rest of that is all just from this. I've got a couple Torstal that I planted and then farmed too. The only thing I kept as drops was the glass right here, which is this much crafting XP. It's not crazy, but again, similar to herb lore, it all adds up. And I do think I'm going to go ahead and take a big chunk out of our winnings here and buy a green crystal and use it on my bow, because we now have the green bow. Look at that. This guy's going to make fun of me. I got to leave. I don't know what he was going to do. But yeah, I actually already immediately like that. You guys are nicer to me than I thought you would be about the piss armor. But yeah, I actually really like that. It's a nice contrast to the yellow. It blends in well with the range cape. The only thing we're missing is just a nice old pair of green shoes, which I actually think I am going to do Zora right after this. But very first thing, I'm actually going to do some medium clues. I did one when I was just out adventuring and caught a neglectic and got one, and that gave me the itch to get back to it. So it's been a second, and I'm excited to get back into it. This is going to be my 50th Hispori kill, and it feels a little fast. It wasn't quite as fast there at the end. Maybe a PB. I got my PB a while ago, so yes, new PB, 114, and that's 50 KC. Still no bottomless bucket. Can we go 50 whole kills without getting a bottomless bucket Hispori? I very much think we can. We can indeed, although I will take the core arms, to be honest. Ooh, 50 KC. I think that actually that's the drop rate for the bucket, isn't it? So I think one more kill, and then we can complain about being dry, and we'll have one more kill this episode. Alright, well, my favoriteest thing in the world happened. OBS unregistered my microphone and didn't even tell me it updated. I should have known though, because I opened it up and it was on the wrong monitor, but I was just like, whatever, that's my fault. But hey, here's 23 medium clues. We are looking for ranger boots, and let's see if we get them or not. The reason I chose 23 is because it's gonna get us to 575, and we'll see in this next clue, or this next clip rather, if we're gonna get anything else. I'm saying there that those two were not collection log items, but they are new for the POH. So there's the second one, and then our very, very last clue. Are we gonna get anything? No, just a boater. Still no ranger boots. I really, really want them, guys. Like words cannot express how much I want them. Anything now just to make the white boots look so ugly with my piss armor, which I low key kind of love. The armor that is, not the boots. I think with actual rangers and Pegasians, my setup for ranging would look very, very nice. Also, I made my bow green. I don't know if I ever said. I did say that. Look at me rambling. I'm sorry. It's like 2 a.m. and I just found out my audio isn't working for the last 10 clips, so I'm a little angry. But yeah, just going to the POH to show you that I am completing those sets there. And honestly, this clip's going on for too long, so I'm gonna end it here. You don't need to get to see it, do you? You just gotta believe me. And here we are getting ready for Zora. I was a little nervous when I started this because I just didn't know how my muscle memory would be for things, and as we can see, it isn't going great because I forgot the Book of the Dead, so I couldn't summon thralls. But I ended up getting this kill anyway because, the thralls are nice, but when you get a full inventory of manta rays, they're not necessary. This is actually, is this the same kill? It is the same kill because I don't have the Book of the Dead in there. So you can see, yeah, went pretty alright. Only had to eat twice. and I'm just very happy that it didn't go awfully. Even considering I didn't really, I didn't really make any mistakes, but I just kind of got lucky there. And then we get some Zolander teleports, which actually we're gonna have teleports for most of this grind. I got really lucky with teleport drops. It made it feel really smooth. But for anyone who's not familiar with my collection log at Zora, it's not the most cursed thing ever, but it's a little cursed. I have gotten 4 Onyxes, as you can see, and 1 Tan's Fang, which the blowpipe is pretty dead for UIM, I think, right now, other than maybe if you're doing like Inferno or really want to be efficient at Grotesque Guardians. So we're definitely hoping to see a Magic Fang or a Serpalm, really just not another Onyx. Gotta be honest, I kind of have had my fill of Onyxes at Zora, but hey, you never know, life's a mystery and you never know what you're gonna get. Probably another Onyx. Here is me, probably about 30-ish kills later, I think, feeling much more confident. You see, I've got you gotta get Spawn the Thrall right away, get in there, get that DPS going. And my main point here was that I've just been really enjoying being back. This is the most I've ever enjoyed Zora so far. It just feels like I'm hitting big, even though my gear isn't that much better. Like, I do have the Anguish, which I didn't have last time, but, we don't have the Assembler, so it's, not the most range strength you could have. But I think I've just been, getting my defense a little higher helps, probably magic a little higher helps. Just not getting hit as much, getting smoother kills, not really faster kills, but it's been feeling really good, and I was very happy for that. It's still not like perfect. Like, I really want Pegasians. I think that might be another bump up, but I think with Pegasians and Rigor, maybe even just getting Rigor, would just make this boss like super easy, to the point where it's something I'd be comfortable doing when I'm like waffling or talking or something, or streaming eventually. So it's good to really feel like I think this is a good eye-opening experience for me to realize that yes, I pretty much have Zora in my pocket now at this point. I think I'd feel pretty confident. I don't want to say on any account with where I can do a bow only. Maybe I should try some magic if I get a decent magic setup here pretty soon. We do have the Ancient Scepter. It might be a good thing, to have in my toolbox. Not that I ever think I'll ever do Zora again. And just talking about being fast, I'd set a new personal best by 1 whole second. I got 103 and my previous was 104. I was maybe wanting to try and like wish for like, oh, let's see if we can get an under 1 minute kill this grind, but I think it is theoretically possible with my stats and gear. I don't think it's really feasibly possible. Like, I would have to hit really consistently and like near max every single time, and I don't think it's likely to happen. Go getting this last hit in there. One more hit actually, and down goes Zora. I think this is what, 730 KC gonna be? Yes, so about 30 KC this video, and that's where I'm going to wrap it up. Sorry for the mic issues. Hopefully I know the quality will be a little different just because I switched. I was using Premiere before, but I decided to stop giving them a ton of money because it was way too expensive. And now I'm using, I think, what is it, like Power Director 365, I think, something like that. It's only $5 a month, and it's been honestly really great. It was I don't want to say a struggle, but it had a little bit of a learning curve, but I think I've gotten it. And they have some like audio voiceover thing I'm using right now to record, so it made it making up for this OBS problem easier. But yeah, that's where I'm gonna end this episode. Thank you all so much for watching, especially with these technical issues. I hope you enjoyed all the bossing content. I've been really enjoying going back to it, showing off the scepter we got there from the Phantom Muspaaaah, and now going into Zora. And I think I will be at Zora for quite a while, actually. Well, not quite a while, hopefully not that long, but I'm definitely committing to either, I really want a Serpalm or a Magic Fang, and I'd say I'm going to keep going until I get either one of those or 1,000 kills. I'll be bummed if I don't get one of those, but I just, I'm ready for, like, I can't keep going back to Zara's and doing a bunch of grinds and then not really getting anything other than Onyxes. I need a drop that I feel like will let me move on to something else with my account, and I think one of those are those things. So, again, thank you all so much for watching, especially if you made it to the end, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.